The shocking case of John Mbeki. In the bustling heart of Lagos, Nigeria, a shocking story unfolds, a tale of injustice so profound, it will leave you astounded. Meet John Mbeki, a man who found himself caught in the web of a flawed judicial system, accused of a crime he didn't commit. John's life was irrevocably altered the day he was unjustly condemned. From that moment on, the ordinary rhythms of his life were replaced by uncertainty, fear, and a fight he never asked for, a fight for his freedom, his dignity, and his very identity. To understand John's story, we must first explore the labyrinthine corridors of the African justice system, with a specific focus on Nigeria. Here, the judiciary grapples with numerous challenges, from understaffing to systemic bias, and overwhelming cases that exceed available resources. In such an environment, the very foundation of justice can falter. Human error, insufficient investigation, and procedural inefficiencies combine to create a landscape where wrongful convictions become disturbingly plausible. John Mbeki's story is not just an isolated incident, it reflects a deeper, systemic issue affecting countless lives. John Mbeki was a beloved son, brother, and member of his community. Born and raised in Soweto, he dreamt of a brighter future, one shaped by ambition, hard work, and hope. But fate took a harsh turn when he was implicated in a crime he did not commit. Circumstantial evidence and misleading witness testimonies painted a grim picture, and John's life would never be the same. In an instant, the freedoms he once took for granted vanished. His story would become a battle not only for justice but for survival within a system that had turned against him. Accused of robbery and assault, John faced a mountain of allegations. The prosecution's case rested on shaky witness statements and flawed forensic evidence. As the investigation unfolded, inconsistencies emerged. Key evidence was either ignored or misinterpreted, and critical testimonies contradicted one another. Yet the system pressed forward, building a case that seemed compelling on the surface, but was deeply flawed at its core. This section of the story dissects the trial, revealing how missteps and oversights can spiral into a life-altering injustice. Inside the courtroom, tension was palpable. John's legal team, though dedicated, struggled against a well-prepared prosecution. Moments that hinted at John's innocence were overshadowed by procedural hurdles and courtroom formalities. Witnesses contradicted themselves. Forensic reports were challenged, and yet the gavel fell in favor of conviction. For John, the courtroom became a cage of despair. The chains of injustice were real, both literal and figurative. He was escorted away, leaving behind not just freedom but the life he once knew. The verdict sent shockwaves through the community. Outrage spread as people took to the streets, demanding accountability and transparency. Social media became a powerful platform for advocacy, connecting supporters and amplifying the call for justice. Activists organized rallies, public forums, and campaigns, bringing attention to a case that had been quietly dismissed by many. The fight for John Mbeki's freedom was no longer just his, it had become a collective movement, fueled by empathy, outrage, and the belief that justice must prevail. Hope appeared when new evidence came to light. Forensic scientists re-examined the case, uncovering critical errors in the original investigation. Investigative journalists tirelessly pursued the story, shining a spotlight on inconsistencies and overlooked facts. Their work sparked public attention and renewed pressure on the judicial system to revisit the case. For John, this was the first glimmer of light after years in the shadows of injustice, a ray of hope that freedom might finally be within reach. In a landmark appeal, the courts finally recognized the flaws that had condemned John. His conviction was overturned, marking the end of an arduous journey for truth and justice. The relief and joy were palpable. John stepped out into the sunlight, embraced by his family and greeted by supporters who had fought alongside him every step of the way. This moment was more than a personal victory. It was a testament to perseverance, advocacy, and the power of truth. John Mbeki's ordeal is a stark reminder of the urgent need for judicial reform. Wrongful convictions don't just destroy individual lives, they shake public trust in institutions and highlight systemic weaknesses. Across Africa and beyond, John's story calls for introspection, dialogue, and action. Communities, legal experts, and policymakers are beginning to engage in conversations aimed at reform, seeking to prevent similar injustices in the future. The journey for justice does not end with one overturned conviction. It continues with every voice that speaks out against injustice, every advocate who refuses to remain silent, and every community that demands accountability. John Mbeki's story is both cautionary and inspiring, a testament to resilience, hope, and the enduring human spirit. Change begins with awareness, advocacy, and relentless passion. Together, we can ensure that the fight for justice is never in vain.
This is Whispers in Africa. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the true crime documentary. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and turn on the notification bell icon, so you'll be notified when we upload a new video. You can also tell us what you think about this documentary in the comments section. I hope to see you in our next video. Bye.